I was actually thinking I was going to get it, and Aaron jumped a lot higher than I did. I saw from the picture, too, on Twitter. So, he's made a great play, and I think we all talked about it, going out. We were all going to crash, and we knew he was going to take the last shot, and I think Yoke made a really good pass.
A win is a win in this situation. Obviously, they came back in the fourth quarter, but what does it say about your guys' resilience that you were able to have the game like this?
I think, like you said, a win's a win. We played horrible in the fourth, and we'll figure that out. They throw a little zone at us. They mixed it up a little bit. So, we'll be ready for that next game. But we did a really good job. Our fight was great. I think we played great as a team tonight. We were resilient. That's exactly what the response we needed.
What was your mindset defensively tonight going up against James Harden?
Just make it tough. Those guys wanted me to pick them up, make it a little tougher on them, show them something different, give them a couple different looks, and make things tough on him. Like he's a great player, and it's hard to be perfect on him, and you're not going to be perfect on him. I think he ended up with 12 assists or whatever he had. So he still affected the game, and he was really good in the fourth quarter. But it was really tough for him the first three, and I think that was good for us.
What happened with the scuffle?
I took a take foul at the end of the half, something that we always do, and I think he was just a little frustrated with how I took the foul, and that's basketball, and it's good for the sport. It's fun. It made the game more fun, and I think that they rallied behind it. I think, and we did too, and so the response for both teams was made the game really fun.
Where does that rank in terms of wild finishes that you've been a part of?
It's up there. I don't think I've ever seen something like that. And honestly, I was right under Aaron when he dunked it. I didn't really know if he made it or not. And my first instinct was, I hope he did, but I don't think he did. And so I was just happy whenever I sat on the bench with Yoke, and we were just sitting there, and they said it went in, and I was thanking God.
Christian, how much harder is it to time a ball that's an air ball rather than something that hits the rim?
It was a pass. That's what Yoke does, man. He turn around, pass, threw it right exactly where he needed to throw it, right by the rim. And Aaron, they've been doing that for a long time. So the connection looked great.
Looked like there was some debating about whether it was off in time just between the teams. Were you confident that he got it off in time looking at the Jumbotron?
I was coming off the court, and I think that's just me being me, not negative, but just thinking a little worse. I think I was walking off the court like, I don't think so. But I was obviously hoping that he did, and obviously on our side, everybody thought it was in. So it was just really, really cool. Obviously his reaction and the guys running off the court. I think if you watched me at the other end, I just kind of walked because I didn't really know. So I wish I would have been able to celebrate with them, but I'm glad that we got an extra minute of waiting.
How big of a relief is it for you guys that this is now a best-of-3 series and you have home court advantage again?
I think that we just needed that response. We're taking one game at a time, and like you said, we're going to go home and we get a couple of days. I think that's good for us. We're going to get a couple of days on the rest. We're going to go back home, and it's a new series. It's first to win two, and we're really excited for the challenge, and we got to take care of home court.
Christian, you felt like you guys were picking up Harden and Kawhi much higher today than previous games. What do you feel like? What kind of impact do you feel like that had?
I think it was good for 3 quarters, and in the fourth quarter, they did a really good job of getting downhill and making plays. And Norm made a ton of shots, and they're a good team. And it's tough to be perfect, the whole game. And they hit a lot of tough shots. Kawhi's gonna be Kawhi. Obviously, James is making great plays in the fourth. Like I said, they're just a really good team. They're talented all over the place, and I think picking them up different levels and maybe showing them different things. Maybe took James off the ball a little bit, and obviously when he has the ball, they're great. So. Just trying to change things we look, make him look at different things, and I think we did a good job until fourth quarter.
Christian, Michael said at one point he wasn't sure if he was going to play in this game because he didn't want to play if he was ineffective. What do you think of him playing through it and his performance here in Game 4?
And Mike's tough as nails. I think that I've seen a bunch of stuff on Twitter about him. Coach DA said it. The stuff he goes through, it seems like, to play in each game. His routine, the way he's locked in. I think he played 82 games last year, 81, and he played a ton this year. He's just tough, man, and that's who he is. And like I said, the routine he goes through just to be able to play in the games, just to be able to lace up his shoes and practice every day, is impressive. Shows his dedication to the game. And Mike hit a ton of really big shots, and Mike was really good at it.